Hello guys, welcome to Infinity Tech. Today I am going to show you how to run multiple virtual machines in your host operating system. To run virtual machine on any computer, we first need to make sure that the processor is capable of virtualization technology. And if the processor is capable of virtualization technology, then it must be enabled in the BIOS. Then we need to make sure that our computer has a built-in software Hyper-V or a third-party software, that is I am using VMware Workstation Pro 16. And then we need to make sure that some Windows features are disabled, because if enabled, they will force your virtual machine to run in an emulator mode, which will turn your machine speed down to a crawl. So let's jump into the video and do it. Make sure Windows Hypervisor platform and virtual machine platform are disabled. Now let's fire up VMware Workstation Pro 16. We will choose Custom for full control. Then we will choose 16 as the workstation compatibility mode, which is the most updated and with the latest features. Then we have to choose the installer disk option. If we choose it now, then we have to install the operating system now, but I am keeping it for later. Then we will choose the operating system type, that is in our case Microsoft Windows, but there are various options such as Linux, Ubuntu, VMware ESX and others. Naming the OS file as Windows 10, and then choose where to keep the OS file. In my case, I am keeping it in the new volume E, that is my hard disk. Then choose firmware type as UEFI because it is the most updated and compatible with Windows 10. Number of processors that the virtual machine will be capable to address. It is always 1 because no computer supports more than one processor. But in the cores case, I have 4 cores and I am leaving 2 cores for my operating system, that is the Windows itself, the host OS, and the rest 2 cores I am assigning it to my guest OS. Since I have only 4 GB of RAM, and you guys can see there are more than 70% RAM is used by the host OS itself, so there is not more enough RAM for the guest OS. So I am capable of assigning only 1 GB of RAM, which is not enough, and my virtual machine will run obviously slower. Then use network address translation as the network card adapter, and the rest of them are same, NVMe or SATA. I will choose SATA because I am using a hard disk and the hard disk itself uses SATA technology. If I assign NVMe, it would not be effective. Then create a new virtual disk because I do not have an existential one, and then choose how much gigabytes of space you want to assign to your virtual machine OS, that is the C drive. For better performance, use store virtual disk as a single file and allocate disk space now. Do not mess up with the meaning, keep the default one. If you want to customize your hardware, then go to the settings and do whatever you need. And then click finish, and it will start creating the blank hard disk. As I have already created the blank hard disk, so I am cancelling this. After the operation, it will look like this. And now you have to choose the ISO file that you are gonna use to install the Windows. So go to CD or DVD SATA and then select the ISO file. And if you want to customize anything, you can customize it there. And I'm using the latest 2004 version of ISO file of Windows 10. It is the most updated and has the recent features. Check that one. And then in the display option, use the recommended settings as 1 GB or 512 MB, not 8 GB or 6 GB. Now let us fire up the VMware Workstation and power on this machine. Press any key and then the Windows will start to boot from the ISO file. It will take some time. As I am on a low-end laptop, it may use more time, so I will fast forward the video for your convenience. If you are using on battery mode, please plug in your computer for better performance and adjust the power plan as the ultimate one. Then the regular boot menu will appear. Just select next, install now, and the setup will start. I don't have a product key, so I'm going to install Windows 10 Pro as my virtual machine, and next, and then it will start the setup. And I agree to the license, custom, and next. Do not create partition in this, just create next. And now I'm fast forwarding this. Maybe this is 15 times the speed of normal. As I'm using a hard disk, so it's gonna take a lot of time. It took me 1 hour to complete the setup, but I recommend you guys to use SSD or any dedicated hard disk which has at least 720 RPM. And now it will restart several times. Just a moment. I'm finishing the setup. You all can finish up the setup. And we'll boot into the operating system. So click yes, and done. It's your virtual machine. A Windows 10 operating system in the Windows 10 operating system. The virtual machine is a complete Windows 10, so it may take some time, but be patient. And install the VMware tools. The VMware tools will install the required drivers for your virtual machine to run in this platform. As you guys can see, there is a C drive. When I open this PC, there will be a C drive and a CD drive. So install the VMware tools from there. And as I have told that this is a complete Windows 10. This is a complete Windows 10. So there is C file, that is the Windows file. We will choose the typical installation. The installation will begin and it's almost finished. It will take some time, but be patient. Depending on your configuration, it will run smooth or slow. It's taking some time, obviously, and done. Click finish and do not delay the restart. Restart at once. It will take some time, obviously, but be patient. And boom! We have booted into our Windows 10 virtual machine. Type in my password and I am done. Done. This is our Windows 10 virtual machine. So I am firing up the task manager to see how many percentage of CPU is being used. As I have assigned 2 cores, all the cores have been used and the memory is almost fulfilled. I will definitely disable all the startup programs to get the most out of my virtual machine performance. But if you guys do have a high-spec PC, then please change the settings and assign at least 4 cores and 4 gigs to the operating system itself. If you do so, then you will get the same performance from your virtual machine as from your host operating system itself. It will run the same smooth as your host machine. So as I told you, it's a complete Windows 10 with all the apps and all the features. So now I'm going to shut down this virtual machine. If you guys wish to run virtual machine or VMware workstation inside your virtual machine, so please check this virtualization engine features. And the rest of the settings, you can figure it out yourself. These are very much easy, the options and the instructions, just follow them. If you are a graphics hungry man, then please check the 3D graphics, accelerate 3D graphics option in the display menu. And if you have a high-end GPU, assign a good amount of GPU memory to the display option based on your GPU memory of the discrete graphics card. So that was it, and your virtual machine is done. If you guys have any query regarding the virtual machine platform and the other stuff like virtualization and what is a virtual machine and how to set up Windows or many other aspects or how to download these third-party applications, please let me know down in the comments and I will post a new video regarding those comments. So thank you guys, thank you for watching, have a nice day. Thank you.